Today I can see that your features are strikingly set. Your arms on your knees are seen as the Italian stalks. But listen, in faraway lands that surround Lake Chad, a graceful giraffe softly walks. A slender and delicate beauty he rightfully owns, and magical ornaments run through the flames of his hide, that only the moon can compare to when coolly it dawns and bounces and swings on the surface of lakes open wide. His colors resemble the sails of a distant frigate, and smoothly he runs like a cheerful bird in its flight. At sunset he stands by a grotto's memorial gate, and marvelous visions replenish the world in his sight. Mysterious lands have possessed me in legend and song. There was a black maiden that ravished the heart of a king. But you have been breathing this nebulous air for too long. Apart from its moisture, you dare not believe in a thing. And how will I tell you of gardens in emeralds clad, of towering palm trees and smells of unthinkable weeds? You started to cry now, but listen, in faraway Chad, an exquisite-looking giraffe to his grotto proceeds. There are the moments life doesn't order thunderstorms and disasters for us. Someone will put light arms on your shoulders, someone send a bright look to your eyes, and all earthly at once will be thrown in the bottomless gulf of the dark. And above it will slowly groan, silent, 7 bright hues in the arc, and the tunes so youthful and soul, in the silence will gently wake up, lulled by life, strings of beautiful soul, that is strained like a beautiful harp. Deliver me my talisman, deliver me from fear and fleeing, days of remorse and worry healing. On a sad day you clasp my hand. When rising by the ocean's strand, the waves around me crashing pounding, and when with lightning clouds are sounding, deliver me my talisman. Lost in seclusion in strange lands, in boredom's lull my bosom taming, in the alarm of battle flaming, deliver me my talisman. You are my soul's own magic lamp, your sweet and sacred trickery, when you drop down are flickering, deliver me my talisman. Wounds of the heart help me withstand, forever, that memories burn with fire, farewell, fond hope and sleep desire, deliver me my talisman. There will be no hot way to hear for today, it's for those flower gardens. The lead in my chest as I'm passing away, it crosses my mind sweet and ardent. Now coming back this time, I'm doomed. Somebody else will set the score. We had no chance to turn around. And our sons leave for the war. One thought after him, even hell can break loose, abandoned his strange for the abyss. I stepped out of mine for the opposite use, to leave no hell for survivors. Before I know my eyes shut down, and soon I will embrace the earth. We had no chance to turn around. And our sons leave for the war. In time for attack, who is filling my spot? The coated breach, who will reach it? And deep in my heart, I have wished for that lad, who hasn't grown up to his strange coat. I smiled before I hit the ground, I know who will set the score. We had no chance to turn around. And our sons leave for the war. Explosions have silenced our heartbeat tonight by pounded mind with new meaning. That end of me isn't a final one yet, it's somebody else's beginning. Before I know my eyes shut down, somebody else will set the score. We had no chance to turn around. And our sons leave for the war. Hello, my dear maple, frozen stiff and bare. Why do you stand bending in the blizzard there? Have you seen a vision? Have you heard a babble? Just like you are out for an idle ramble. Like a tipsy warden walking on the roadside. You have stuck in snowdrift, hit by burning frostbite. I myself quite often lose my whereabouts. Cannot find my house after drinking bouts. Now I see a willow, now some other trees, and sing them songs about summer in a blizzard. I would think that myself be a sort of maple, not a bare maple, warden as in April, and forgetting virtue, drunk as owned mouse. I would hug a birch tree like somebody's spouse. On a bare hilltop in the north, wild and cold, a lone pine tree somewhere stands. She dozes, swaying, all covered by snow, with a mantle from feet to a head. She sits in her dreams, in a faraway desert, in lands where the sun enters skies, alone and sad, on rocks sunburnt leather, a beautiful palm tree abides. While earth is still turning around, while light is still warm and bright, I pray you, my Lord, give just everyone what everyone hasn't on his side. A hat, give him who's always clever. A horse, give a coward to flee. Give money him who's now happy, and don't be forgetful of me. While earth is still turning around, my Lord, it's for you to decide. Let him who is craving for power enjoy it until he is God. Give better a man open-handed, at least his day's evening to see. Let Cain have his utter repentance, and don't be forgetful of me. I know that you are almighty. Believe to what wisdom of yours. As soldiers believe those killed ones, that they will live with Aiden indoors. As always believes every ear, your quiet admonishes to. As all we believe to our actions, not knowing ever even we do. A thirst for spiritual good, I dragged my steps through wastelands weary, until a six-winged seraph stood before me on a crossroad dreary. He touched my eyes, or so it seemed, with fingers light as if I dreamed. Now armed with a prophetic power, they opened wide like birds that cover. His touch then lighted on my ears, which filled with music of the spheres. I heard the heavens subtle shaking, the flight of angels up above, the tread of sea beasts as they move, their life in valley vineyards waking. And now towards my lips he bent, from wings my deceitful tongue he rent, with all its slanders idly bluttered, and now a wise old serpent sting into my mouth a nervous thing, his skill and bloody hand inserted. Then with a sword my breast he split, throughout my very heart still racing, a blazing coal instead of it, within my gaping chest and placing. As corpse like on the sand I lay, the voice of God I heard to say, Arise, O prophet, watch and listen, to execute my will and plan, cross land and sea, fulfill your mission, with words ignite the heart of man. I like that you are crazy not with me. I like that I am not with you crazy either. That near the heavy planet's glow will be, drifting away under our feet quite easy. I like that one might funny be and brave, and free behaved and not to play words rather, and not to blush with choking away, at easy touching just to sleep and others. I thank you with my hand and all my heart, for loving me that you don't even know, for the sweet peace I own in the night, for the scarce meeting in the eve's fast flow, for our not walking under the moonlight, for our not standing under the sun's glow, that not with me, alas, you lose your mind, that not with you, alas, I lose my own. The lonely sail is showing white among the haze of the blue sea. What does it search in foreign part? What level in the native land? The waves are playing, wind is whistling, and beating mast is creaking loud. Alas, it doesn't hunt for pleasure, and nor from pleasure does it run. Below, a bright stream of azure, above a golden beam of sun. But it, rebellious, asks for tempests, as if the tempests give a rest. I've raised myself, no statue made with hands. The people's path to it no weeds will hide. Rising with no submissive head, it stands above the pillar of Napoleon's pride. No, I shall never die. In sacred strains, my soul survives my dust and flies decay. And famous shall I be, while there remains a single poet needs the light of day. Through all great Russia will go forth my fame, and every tongue in it will name my name. And by the nation long shall I be loved, because my lyre they noble feelings moved, because I strove to solve them with my song, and call forth mercy for the fallen throng. Hear God's command, O muse, obediently, not dread reproach, nor claim the poet's bay, to praise and blame alike indifferent be, and let fools say they say. Clouds in the sky, you are ceaselessly wandering, as pearly chains in the azure steppes glimmering. Excellent as I have been constantly hurrying, from native north into south you are quickening. What drives you there, the command of your destiny? Some secret jealousy, or open weakness? Or crimes hang heavy on you, or some mutiny? Or your friend's calumny is cruel and poisonous? No, you were bored to death with this field's fruitlessness, with all these passions and alien misery. Eyes cold eternally in steady idleness. You have no homeland and suffer no outlawry. In the cold season, in a locality accustomed to heat more than to cold, to horizontally more than to a mountain, a child was born in a cave in order to save the world. It blew as only in deserts in which it blows upward. To him all things seemed enormous, his mother's breast, the steam out of the ox's nostrils, Caspar, Balthazar, Melchior, the team of Magi, their presence heaped by the door ajar. He was but a dot, and a dot was the star. Keenly without blinking, through pallid stray clouds upon the child in the manger from far away, from the depth of the universe, from its opposite end, the star was looking into the cave, and that was the father's stare. Are you still alive, my dear granny? I am alive as well. Hello, hello. May there always be above you, honey, the amazing stream of evening glow. I've been told that hiding your diskette, worrying about me a lot. You go out to the roadside every night, wearing your shabby overcoat. In the evening darkness, very often, you conceive the same old scene of blood. Kind of in a tavern fight some ruffian, plunged a finished knife into my heart. Now calm down, mom, and don't be dready. It's a painful fiction through and through. I'm not so bad a drunkard, really, as to die without seeing you. I'm your tender son as ever, dear, and the only thing I dream of now is to leave this small bottom here, and return to our little house. And how? I'll return in spring without warning, when the garden blossoms white as snow. Please don't wake me early in the morning, as you did before 8 years ago. Don't disturb my dreams that now have flown. Don't perturb my vain and fertile strife, for it's too much too early that I've known heavy loss and weariness in life. Please don't teach me how to say my prayers. There is no way back to what is gone. You are my only joy, support and praise, and my only flare shining on. Please forget about your pain and fear, and don't worry over me a lot. Don't go out to the roadside, dear, wearing your shabby overcoat. The river stretched, it flows idly grieves, and washes both banks, in step above like clay of cliffs, ring mown in rings. O Russia, dear wife, with clearness and pain, we see the lengthy way. It sent a narrow of ancient Tartar reign, in breasted lay. The way through steppes and incensed blights, through your O Russia lot, an alien dark and dark of night, I fear not. Let be the night, we'll ride and light in gloom. Campfires late, the holy flag with flesh and fern, and Han's steel blade. An endless battle, we only dream of peace, through blood and dust. The mare of steppes slides on and flees, and tramples the grass. There is no end, the miles and cliffs flash past, stop crazy flood, the fighting clouds go fast, sunsets in blood. Sunsets in blood, blood streams from heart away, oh cry my heart, there is no peace, through step the bay, prolongs the flight. Until the poet by Apollo to sacred sacrifice is called, in this world's cares so vain and hollow, he's fainted-heartedly enthralled. His holy lyres hushed, song unwritten, cold sleep his soul tastes bitterly, and whilst these words unhappy children, unhappiest perhaps is he. But once divine the word, the prize, so slightly nuzzles his keen ears, the poet's soul stirs up and rears, like an awakened eagle cries. He grieves at this world pastime idle, he flees the rumor of the crowd. Before the feet of all men idle, he doesn't bend his hair so proud. But stern, but wild, away he roves, and full of sounds and age he raves, by coasts where desolate crash the waves, by splitting, rustling oak-leaved groves. Imprisoned, I'm caged in a dungeon that's dank. A young eaglet, fed by unslavish grain strength. Then aggrieved, my companion flees night, flaps his wings, and fresh prey still bloody to my window brings. He pecks, casts it through my cage's bars with his beak, then stares at me, and of his heart heard my speak, with looks that are calling, with calls that would say, if shrieks could find words, come, let's fly away. We are free spirits, brother, let's go, the time's right. Let's rise through the clouds to the peak ever in white. Let's soar to the borders of blue sea and sky, and stroll on the wind where just wind strolls and I. I have come to you delighted to tell you that sun has risen, that its light has warmly started to fulfill on leaves its dancing, to tell you that woods awaken on its every branch and leafage, and with every bird is shaken, thirsty of the springy image, to tell you that I have come now, as before with former passion, that my soul again is bound to serve you and your elation, that the charming breath of gladness came to me from all places. I don't know what I'll sing else, but my song's coming to readiness. You will awaken me at dawn, and barefoot lead me to the door. You will not forget me when I'm gone. You will not see me anymore. Lord, I think in shielding you from the cold wind of the open door, I'll not forget you when I'm gone. I shall not see you anymore. The Admiralty, the Stock Exchange, I'll not forget you when I'm gone. I'll not see Leningrad again. Its water shivering at dawn. From withered cherries as they turn, brown in the wind, let's call tears pour. It's bad luck always to return. I shall not see you anymore. And if what Heavy says is true, and we return to Earth once more, we'll miss each other if it's true. I shall not see you anymore. Our quarrels then will fade away to nothing when we both are gone, and when one day our two lives clash against the way to which they are drawn. Two silly phrases rise to sway on heights of menace from Earth's floor. I'll not forget you when I'm gone. I shall not see you anymore. What is there in my name for you? It will die out like sad waves sounding, their last on distant shorelines pounding, and in deaf woods night sound ring through. Within your album it will leave, a dead-end trail like in description, to tracing on a grave's inscription, in a strange language you can't read. What's in it? Forgotten long ago by new rebellious passions rendered. It will not give your soul a glow of recollections pure and tender. But in still sadness undisturbed, pronounce aloud my name while grieving. Say, I'm remembered in this word. There is a heart where I'm still living. In a phone booth, eyes in tears, stands a young girl all distraught, hides her face with lipstick smeared deep into her flimsy coat. Skinny fingers cup her face, fingers sting, and earrings place. All alone she must retreat, back and down the frozen street. It's the first frost for the first time, from a phone phrase it's the first rhyme, frozen marks on the cheek's glow, it's the first frost on a human woe. I've lived to bury my desires and see my dreams corrode with rust. Now all that's left are fruitless fires that burn my empty heart to dust. Struck by the thorns of cruel fate, my crown of summer bloom is sere. Alone and sad I watch and wait, and wonder if the end is near. As conquered by the last cold air, when winter whistles in the wind, alone upon a branch despair, and trembling leaf is left behind. Don't you force a smile, girl, tensely, like you do. The one I'm in love with isn't really you. I suppose you know it, and you know it well. I'm not here to see you, but another girl. I was passing by and well, I didn't care. I saw you and wanted just to stop and stare. The eternal entrance in the Aedan is not locked with 7 precious seals. It has no charms, no right of heaven, and the people don't know what it is. It's a doorway in a wall forgotten, stones, moss, and nothing more else. Near stands a beggar, and the rotten keys are hanging at his gaudy waist. Paladins ride by in agitation, trumpets wail, and minted silver chant. Nobody spares his attention to the Peter, the Apostle, the Saint. They dream, there by sepulchre of savor, paradise will open doors for us. At the footing of the Mount Saber, the committed hour will trust. So by the armored monster goes, in the air the trumpets ring and wail. The apostle in a tattered cloth, like a beggar, looks and poor and pale. No poet should set store by public acclamation. Ecstatic praise will pass an instant in the ear, the empty crowd will laugh, the fool have his oration, but you must stay quite calm, unbending and austere. A king then live alone, you choose your destination, go where your questing mind shall now elect to steer, to bring perfection to the thoughts you hold most dear, requiring no rewards, achieving consummation. They lie within yourself, as judge you are the best. In valuing your works severer than the rest. Do they bring you delight, or artists more exacting? They please you? Well, then let the crowd protest, and split upon their shrine where burns your fire blast, and rock your tripod in the childish rough play acting. Extinguished are my years of carefree laughter. They weighed me down a heavy morning after. But just like wine, the grief I must assuage within myself grows stronger now with age. My road is grim, my future sea is stormy, and promises but brief and toil before me. But, oh my friends, I have no wish to sing. I burn to life, to suffer and to think. I know there will be joy and delectation among the griefs, the cares and agitation. The ecstasy of harmony be mine. I fancy it rolls with tears for me like wine, and it may be, upon my set declining, true love with smile, a valediction shining. Tobacco smoke eats the airway, the room, a chapter from Krucheni's Inferno. Recall by the window that day, I caressed you aesthetically with fervor. Here you sit now, with your heart in our armor. In a day you'll scold me perhaps and tell me to leave. Frenzied, the trembling arm in the gloomy parlor will hardly be able to feed the sleeve. I'll rush out and hurl my body into the street. Distraught, lashed by despair and sadness, there is no need for this, my darling, my sweet. Let's part tonight and end this madness. Either way, my love is an odious weight, hanging on you whether you flee. Let me bellow out the final complaint, all of my heartbroken misery. A labyrinth ball, if I had enough, will leave and fill cool water to lie in. But for me, there is no sea except for your love, from which even tears won't earn me some quiet. If an elephant wants to relax, he'll lie, pompous outside the sun-baked dune. Except for your love, there is no sun in the sky, and I don't even know where you are with whom. If you thus tormented another poet, he would trade in his love for money and fame. But nothing sounds as precious to me as the ringing sound of your darling name. I won't drink poison or jump to demise, or pull the trigger to take my own life. Except for your eyes, no blade can control me, no sharpened knife. Tomorrow you'll forget that it was I who crowned you, who burned out the blossoming soul with love. And the days will form a ringing carnival, then ruffle my manuscripts and leave them above. Will the dry autumn leaves of my sentences cause you to pause, breathing hard? Let me pave a path with a final tenderness for your footsteps as you depart. Tops of dreaming highlands, dark and in a light. Valleys lull in silence, a fresh dim in sight. Dust sleeps on the road, leafage doesn't shake. Wait a little more, you'll to have a break. Oh spring, oh time of love, how cruel and heavy is your coming. What languorous worrying, what longing are in my soul, are in my blood. My heart and strength of pleasure holy, and that exalts and sparkling shines, leaves me but cold and melancholy. Give back my blizzard, snowstorm bleak, and long dark gloom of winter nights. It's frost and sunshine, mornings wondrous, my lovely friend that sweetly slumbers. It's time, my beauty, ope your eyes, or wide your bliss enveloped gazing, and to the north aurora blazing, as the north star come forth arise. Last night, remember, snowstorm raging, in murky skies the gloom rampaging. The moon was but a faint, pale stain, through gloomy clouds it yellow fleeting, and oh, how sadly you were sitting, and now look out our window pane. 'Neath blue cerulean heavens gleaming, in wondrous carpets softly keening, in silence sparkling the snow lies, transparent woods are all that darkens, the fir grins o'er the forest and hearkens, the river shines beneath the ice, and our whole room with amber sparkling, gleams in the dawn with merry goggling, the heart so crackles with quick heights, it's pleasant lying in bed thinking, but say though, shouldn't we be ringing to yoke the brown mare to the slide, as we on morning snow go sliding, my darling feeling the full riding, as our horse roars impatiently, we'll see the fields, their barren bleakness, the woods which recently were leafy, the lake's shore, that's so dear to me. Snowstorm, gloom-filled heavens droning, while the snowy wildness flies. Sometimes like a beast it's howling, sometimes like a child it cries. Sometimes on our roof's frayed border, with a gust with straw resounds. Sometimes like a low slate wonder, on our little window pounds. Our ramshackle hut, half ruined, feels so dark by sadness crushed. Why do you, my dear old woman, by the window sit so hushed? Say, my friend, has the storm smattering worn you out, brought you to heel, or you are just somewhat slumbering as you click your spinning wheel? Let's just drink, my dear old friend, from even when I was a poor small boy. Where's your mug now? Drink from grieving, and the heart will feel more joy. Sing for me your song, how bluebird lived in peace beyond the sea. See how one morning a girl heard as to fetch water when she. Snowstorm gloom fills heaven's groaning, while the snowy whirlwind flies. Sometimes like a beast it's howling, sometimes like a child it cries. Let's just drink, my dear old friend, from even when I was a poor small boy. Where's your mug now? Drink from grieving, and the heart will feel more joy. When I am busied with despair and reproof, because can stop fatal disaster, I enter a blue trolley bus at his move. That's here by chance and the last one. Oh, bus of midnight, speed along sleeping streets, fill them with your endless rotation, to pick up all people whose lives, like poor ships, were wrecked by the fatal occasions. Oh, bus of midnight, open your noiseless doors. I know, in changeable darkness, your passengers silent, the sailors of yours, come always to help in unluckness. With them I leave often my woes behind. I used to touch them with my shoulders. Imagine how much of the goodness and kind, in silence which over them hovers. Our bus sails through Moscow sung in midnight. Like rivers, it loses its fires. This pain startling, striking my whiskers inside. It slowly tires, it tires. I do not regret, and I do not shed tears. All like haze of apple trees must pass. Turning gold and fading, it appears, I will not be young again, alas. Having got to know the touch of coolness, I will not feel as before so good. And the land of birch trees, oh my goodness, cannot make me wander barefoot. Vagrant spirit, you do not so often stir the fire of my lips these days. Oh my freshness that begins so soften, all my lost emotions waning gaze. Presently I do not feel a yearning. All my life have I been sleeping fast. Well, it feels like early in the morning. On a rosy horse I've galloped past. We are all to perish, hoping for some favor. Copper leaves slow slowly down and sway. May you be redeemed and blessed forever, you who came to bloom and pass away. I loved you once. Of love, perhaps an ember within my soul is not extinguished yet. But let that be no prompting to remember, or be a cause of sadness or regret. I loved you once, quite hopeless, dumbly tender, by jealousy and diffidence oppressed. I loved you once with such complete surrender, as may God grant you may again be blessed. Gift of life so useless, why did you have to come to me? Why were you condemned to die by some secret destiny? From the void, why did I start, summoned by a hostile force, putting passion in my heart, in my mind doubt and remorse? There is no goal, I shall not strive. Blank my mind, my heart is empty. I am weary where my life murmurs or inconsequently. So, what is that happiness, people? One answers, it's to be mingled with cards, alcohol and flirtations, and all kinds of tempting sensations. The others have beauty, vision, and money in higher position, in flattering kindly permitted, and awe of the workers submitted. The third thing that it is in actions, reflecting the perfect relations, sweet kindness, good care, attention, and general heart's comprehension. The fourth thing that is just advices to meet with your dear sunrises, to tell her you love and your favor and go together forever. And sometimes the meaning is longing, it is the permanent burning, the job, dreams and searching and living it, the pair of the wings for the heaven. I think that in all enterprises has happiness different sizes, from peaks to a lowest mount, depending from people around. Of love and hope and quiet glory, deceptions dear didn't last long. Our youthful games have vanished wholly, like dreams, like drifting morning fog. But still in us desires burning, oppressed by power's deadly yoke. Impatiently our souls are yearning. We hear the calling of our fall. We wait with yearning, our hearts pounding, for freedom's scared fleeting bliss. The way young lovers breathe while counting the minutes to a sacred tryst. For while with freedom we do burn, while in our hearts honor is still living. My friend, to our land's aid let's turn, our souls impulsive beauty giving. Comrade, believe, she will so step, our star of captivating rapture. For Russia will arise from sleep, and on the shards of slavery fractured, our names will be writ large and keep. Noise has ceased. I slowly come out to the stage and leaning at the door, try to guess when echoes distant sounds, what's prepared for me in my life's store. Nightly dark is straight at me leveled by a lot of little glasses eyes. If it's possible, O Lord of earth and heaven, take away from me this cup at once. I for sure like a project stubborn and agreed to play this heavy role. But another drama now starts on, and I want to be in it at all. But it's defiant, the action's order, and the root's hand can now be sealed. I am one, hypocrisy's all over. To cross life is not to cross a field. A wondrous moment I remember, before me once you did appear, a fleeting vision you resembled of beauty's genius pure and clear. By grief and languor hopeless rendered, beset by noisy vanity, long time in me your voice rang tender, of your dear features were my dreams. Years passed, rebellious storm winds sundered, and scattered hopes that used to be, and I forgot your voice so tender, your features dear and heavenly. In gloom of backwoods isolation, my day dragged by, a sudden drug, without God's spark or inspiration, or tears, or any life or love. My soul awoke in recognition, and once again you did appear, resembling a fleeting vision of beauty's genius pure and clear. And now my heart beats in elation, and a resurrected soar above, the spark of God, and inspiration, and life, and tears at last, and love. It's time, my friend, it's time. For peace the heart is calling. Day flies by after day, and every hour is tolling. A bit of being away, together you and I. Suppose that we will live, but see, just then we die. There is no joy on earth, but there is peace and freedom. Long time on inevitable fate I have been dreaming. Long time I, tired slave, have dreamed of secret flight unto a distant shrine of toil and pure delight. The golden birch-tree grove has fallen silent, its merry chatter having stopped afore. The cranes up, they are flying over sullen, have nobody to pity anymore. Whom should they pity? Each is just a trotter. One comes and goes and leaves for good again. The moon and Hepton bush above the water. Remember all those perished filled with pain. I'm standing on the plain all on my own. The cranes, the wind is taking them away. I think about my boyhood which has flown. I don't regret my bygones anyway. I don't regret the days that I discarded. I don't feel sorry for the lilac of my soul. The purple rowan burning in the garden can warm and comfort anyone at all. The rowan will maintain its coloration. The grass exposed to heat will not disease. I drop my words of sorrow and vexation, the way a tree drops quietly its leaves. And if someday the wind of time intended to rake them all up in a useless roll, you ought to say, the golden grove has ended, its lovely chatter in the prime for all. A savage artist, brushstroke sleepy, the painting of a genius Mars, with sacrilegious scroll unseemly, a senseless mess on it he stars. But as the years pass, color foreign fall off, like snakeskin ancient flakes. What genius truth once gets reborn, again and former beauty takes. Just so, my earring ways to vanish, and in my record soul leave no trace. Then visions rise up with a flourish from pure and innocent first days. Life may not fulfill its promise, be not angry or dismayed. Do not dread these dismal days, days of happiness are coming. Love is in the future tense, not the unsatisfying present. All that happens passes hence, that which passes shall be pleasant. The girl was singing in a church choir about the weary abroad far away, about the ships in the sea so dire, and those who'd forgotten their happy day. So sweet was her voice flying up into highness, with shimmering beam on her shoulder of white, and everyone listened watching from darkness, the way the white garment was singing in light. And everyone thought that the joy was there, that the ships were all in a quiet bay, and the weary people abroad full of care were now all blessed with a happy day. The voice was sweet, and the beam was shining, and only up there at the royal wreck, a child, conversant with secret was crying, that nobody really would ever come back. Alone, I come to the road. The stony track gleams in the mist. The calm night listens to God, and star is speaking to star. All's marvelous grave in the sky. Earth sleeps in the radiant blue. Why such pain then, such weight on heart? Do I regret with something new? I expect no more from this life. I have no regrets for the past. I look for freedom and peace. I want rest and oblivion at last. But not the chill peace of the grave. I'd like to sleep for all time. So life's power slept in my chest, and it heaved with my gentle breath. An enchanted voice in my ear, singing day and night of love, and a dark oak to rustle over me and bend down from above. If I'm suddenly sick, I'll refuse to appeal to the doctors. I'll appeal to my friends. Don't think I'm a fit so far. Give me stable for my bed. Take a mist for my window's curtains. Put behind my bed's head as a candle the heavenly star. I destroyed right through all. Never was called a thin-skinned person. If I'm fatally wounded in the dreadful and merciless fight, bandage my bleeding head with the road of mountains blessed, and put over my body the blanket of fall roses light. Take away pills and drops, let the rays gaily shine in my glasses. I will never take care of the usual medicinals, the hot winds of the sands, silver foam that waterfall rises, only they to restore my severely broken heart. From these seas and highlands spread such freshness of ages around. Look at them and you'll feel we are here forever to stay. Not with boxes for pills is my road bespeckled with white clouds, and I go from you not by hospital, by Milky Way.